Hello lovelies, welcome to Pagecraft, or a warm welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Paige and today I have a post review for you because I finally finished my Easter Bunny basket whip. So if you have been here before, you will know that I have been working on this for absolutely ages. And I promised myself that I was not going to start anything new until I had this done. So now I have it done and I can start my next project and I'm so excited. But let's talk a bit about the stats first of the kit. Easter Bunny basket, as I said, the artwork is by Winget and it's a Diamond Art Club kit. We're talking a square. That is 86 by 51 centimeters. And this is actually both my first completed square and it is my largest finish to date. The thing is, again, if you're new here, I may or may not have slight trouble finishing what I start, so I'm working on that this year, which is why I promised myself I would complete this before I started anything new. And I've also really been struggling with my speed. I've had some health stuff going on that has caused me to not be able to diamond paint much at a time. So things just take a long time for me. So it just means that I'm extra excited when I do have a finish. And yeah, that is also to say that it had nothing to do with the quality of the kit, why it took so long. It's all me, basically. But let's talk a bit about how I feel about it now that it's finally done. So I can't fit it all into frame today, but I'll make sure to sprinkle some footage for you of the whole thing and maybe a bit of, panning the canvas and such, so that I'll make sure that you get a proper view of the final product. But I like to start with what you could consider the cons, if there are any at all. And a small disclaimer, I always say my post reviews are entirely subjective. It is all about my subjective experience with the kit at hand. So please take that into consideration, and if you want to make your mind up about a company or some such, always seek out multiple sources of information. But here is my thoughts. So back to the quote-unquote cons. So first of all, very staticky to kit up. That has been a thing with Diamond Art Club with their newer drills. I'm not sure if it's better now, but I will find out soon, hint hint. And actually one of the colors, I'll put in a picture for you, one of the colors had mixed drills. So I think they were the same DNC probably, but there was a mix of older drills and new drills. So I simply picked out the older drills. They were easy to recognize because they were slightly less shiny, and they were also, they had different facets on them, which is how Diamond Art Club did their squares before. Those are actually the only things that I care to mention that could be considered negative. They're not really that negative, but worth mentioning. I think I forgot to mention that the kit had 42 colors. So let me just mention that before we move on to, the rest of my thoughts. It had 42 colors and 2 ABs, which are these two. Oh, focus camera. It's kind of like me, it has trouble focusing. There we go. So it's a lovely greenish yellow. Well, it's more of a proper yellow. This, and then a I call it a lavender pink color, this. Very pale, beautiful color. It went into the flowers. Yeah, the placement of the ABs is one of the things I wanted to mention. I like the way they did the ABs, like just some nice details. I'll see if I can manage some footage of it for you. Just some nice detailing and not too much. But you could always bling it up further if you want to, according to your own preferences. But I like it when it's not like completely just, what can I say, covered in ABs. At least for this artwork, it was fitting to just have some details with the ABs. This is the trash. So not a lot considering the size. And I'm picky. I'm quite picky when I place my drills or so. Yes, that's that. Also, when it comes to the drills, there were plenty of drills left. So I have some footage of what it looked like when I was done with the painting. So far the only cons was that one of the colors was mixed and there was some static, so that's just very mild stuff. And you most likely won't have the same issue with having one color be mixed, and I had plenty left even though it was mixed, so not really an issue. And just to repeat, this is of course all about my own subjective experience, and so I wanted to just mention a personal preference thing at the end of this video, and that is that some sections of green had a very faint grid line. So purely a preference, but I find it hard to place the squares when the grid line is very faint. That's kind of a peeve of mine. So that I run into on other canvases as well from Diamond Art Club, but it was just one of the colors, and again, it's a personal preference that might not bother you, but it was something that was like mildly annoying. So I'm just learning that I really prefer when the grid line is quite solid. I don't mind if it's black, to put it like that. But that's actually that. All in all, have no problem recommending this kit. It's such lovely colors, lovely spring project. It hit all the spots. When it comes to spring, every year around March-ish, February, I really feel like doing springtime kits. I live in Norway. It's very, bleak and cold during the winter. So by the time February is coming to an end, I'm very ready for some flowers and spring. So I love picking up a kit like this. Hopefully next year it won't take me as long, but you never know. There's gonna be some stuff going on next year that I will talk about in another video. But I'll leave it there for now. Yeah, that's that. Do recommend the kit. Lovely artwork. The quality was good throughout, no issues with the glue or anything like that. The grid line was tight enough, not too tight, had a bit of leeway, but not too much where it just became absurd. So yeah, Easter Bunny Basket, Susan Winget and Diamond Art Club. 86 by 51 centimeters square with 42 colors and 2 ABs. Thumbs up from me. And now I'm so excited to kit up my next project. I'm going to unbox it immediately. And that will be the next unboxing that's up on my channel. So please stick around if you want to see that. But for now, thank you so much for watching. It's so lovely to check in with you again. And until next time, I wish you well and happy crafting. Bye bye.